Welcome to another session from the Pro Mixing Forum. We're mixing the song Transcention by APZX, and this is part 13. And this is what I want to do. I want to do a little quick mix here, just to try and get my levels set up a little better, you know, as we go into the next phase. And this is good stuff to do every once in a while, because we've been adjusting the output faders here as we've been pumping in more dB using different effects. And you can see most of these levels have been pushed down because we've been pumping the tracks full of dB with our effects. And next we're going to be taking out dB with frequencies with our EQ and other things. But I just want to get a static mix here real quick. And I'm going to show you how to do it. We're just going to use the output faders. Instead of using our inputs here, like we did at the beginning, we're going to use the outputs. But we're going to use the same thing. We're going to go for around 10, and we're going to use our ears. And by doing this, we're going to take the mix the way it is now and make it a little better, just a nice quick mix to get the sound structure a little better focused for our needs, if you will. So I'll just do this quickly. And it shouldn't take long, but I'm merely going for 10, but I'm using my ears. That's important to understand. So let's get to it. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. I go to the one I want to adjust, and I push it up so I can hear it. I want to hear that sound, and then I push it back down, and then I bring it up. I'm searching for right around 10, and I'm using my ears. It's just a really quick way. And once we're done with all this, you're going to see that all these levels that were a little lower have been brought up, and that's we're getting a better static mix here. When you're mixing like we do, you start losing track. You know, the overall mix starts ebbing and flowing, almost like a wave in the ocean. It's like instead of having a nice calm lake, you start getting waves, and it's just like, you know, you get lost. Sometimes frequencies will get lost within other frequencies because the overall static mix is starting to lose its way. That's the best way I can put it, and the best way to understand it is to listen and just watch what I'm doing, and you'll hear it. It's quite amazing, but it's actually fundamental and it's easy. So I'm gonna put the cursor here, and I can just press play, and it will go right back to there where I'm working on it. So I'm working on SF2. This one's hard to hear. Let's see. It's good. We could find an issue here. Let's listen to this. Oh, there it is. It just has that real high frequency. It's a higher frequency, and you can hear it. See, these are playing off each other. So let me just show you this here. This is pretty. Now, getting these levels right, you start to hear the actual. It's almost like a syncopation in a way. Just listen to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna lower this, and so you can really hear this, and then bring this one in, and that's how we should do it. So let's do it. Try it. Let's just solo the two. So let's bring in the third one here. Okay, let's put it back in the mix and move on. And then we can bring them all, the bus up. We'll be able to get it a little more leveled that way too. Let's get the clap in here. We're just cruising right through this real quick to get a nice little static mix here. Let's get these effects real quick. So this is all I'm doing. And once you start doing this, you'll be in a mix and it'll be like, you know what? Let's level this thing out. It's basically a good way to look at it. The mix is getting a bit too wavy. Let's level it out so we have a nice starting point, as we're going into EQing, instead of try to handle this wavy mix that's happening here, and just level it out. We're almost done. Let's listen to them together here. That's good. Let's move on down to here. Okay, so we just went through all the tracks. We got ourselves a little better static mix. The mix now is a little bit leveler than it was before we did this. Just tweaking it to get a little more level, get a little more control over this mix, because we're going to start EQing and, compressing and doing some other things. Whatever the track is calling for, And right here you saw me push everything back up to about 8. I like to have it at 8. That's just my number, because when we get into mastering, I want to have headroom. I like to have a dynamic mix. I'm not into pushing it to that -1 dB. I'm really not. I don't like mixes like that, but that's up to you. And we'll talk about that when we start mastering. But I keep it at 8. I have lots of headroom, and you can hear it in your headphones if you want. When we were doing this, just pull the volume down and push it back up, and you're going to see you have lots of room. That's called dynamics. That's where the dynamics is. It's not like you just push it up a little bit and that's all you got. It's a high ceiling. Okay, so that does it for this session. It was kind of long, but it's good to be able to do a static mix when you think you need it, and you can do it anytime you want. Anytime you want. It's just as simple as knowing your number that you started with to start with, and then just go along the tracks and use the output fader, and then adjust your main, and boom, you're ready for the next thing you have to do in your mix. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.